Now, it's 5 years since the payment barriers were removed at the Dartford Crossing and a new free-flowing system of paying was introduced. You probably remember it. Do you use the crossing? Has it sped up your journeys? Have you ever had problems paying the Dart charge? BBC Radio Kent has learnt that drivers failed to pay for more than 2 million crossings this year, including 420,000 foreign vehicles. That's 1 in 20 of the journeys that were not paid for and are being chased up by highways bosses. Nick Freeman is the famous motoring lawyer known as Mr. Loophole, and he's on the line now. Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, John. Hi.
What do you make of the toll system? Does it need reviewing when you've got 2 million drivers not paying it?
Well, as I understand it, John, there were 2 million who didn't pay it, but when they were chased, about 77% actually did pay. So the shortfall, I think I'm correct in saying that, the shortfall, in fact, is about just at 420,000 or 460,000, 420,000 of those are foreign drivers.
Yes.
So if you strip it all away, what you're left with is all the foreign drivers not paying, and they're, it's about £100 each. So we're talking about roughly, just broad brush approach, about £50 million, which the people who pay, I think there were about 41, 42 million crossings last year.
Yes.
Which £2 a go, that's about £80 million. So the shortfall is very significant if you look at the bare statistics. And the reality, John, is that it's too expensive. It's not cost effective to pursue these people.
Right.
In the same way, to be fair, that if you drive to a European country and you're in your own car and you have a parking ticket and you don't pay it, you probably will not be chased because it simply isn't cost effective to do that.
Now, Highways England won't say how many of those fines that they've given to foreign lorry drivers have actually been paid up. And we think the reason is not many is the answer, probably. And, of course, if foreign drivers think they're going to get away with it, they won't pay, will they?
No, absolutely. I mean, what they're saying, the interesting thing is they're saying they haven't written any off. But I think they said in the year ending March 2019, there were about 460,000 who hadn't paid, and they haven't written any off. So, as I say, that's how I arrive at a figure of 50 million.
Yeah.
If they haven't written them off, that money's outstanding. That implies that that's still live money, but in reality it isn't because they're not chasing it.
No.
So I think they're being slightly disingenuous in the way they're presenting those figures.
And the thing,
the thing to tell you,
the thing that will annoy people listening to this, though, is because if for any reason we don't pay, they come down on like a ton of bricks, don't they? We have to end up paying a lot of money if we don't pay.
We do. It's pretty cheap to cross. It's about £2. It does speeds up the play. So I think it's a good thing. The vast majority of motorists accept that, and you always get the responsible, reasonable people footing the bill. And the price goes up because there's a shortfall of 50 million, and it's the responsible people who accept that they need to pay. But they will pay an inflated price for the people who don't.
Yeah.
But there's no simple way around it. What should be put in place, in my view, is a system whereby the numbers are recorded, and when they come back into the country, that number is flashed up, and they pay their fine upon entry. And if they don't, they're shown which way to go. But it's important, I think, to bear in mind now, we've got a general election in a few days' time, couple of days' time. We don't know what's going to happen with Brexit. So this probably is not a priority right this very second because we don't know what's going to happen, do we?
We don't. Nick, thank you. Nick Freeman, talking about the foreign lorry drivers mainly who don't pay the Dartford toll and frankly, get away with it.